I love seeing art installations in stations. I've seen quite a few. This is my first time seeing an art installation in Vila, Sonia. I've seen it at other stations, and this is the first time I'm seeing it here. It highlights musicians in samba and different time periods. One thing that I really noticed while I was standing there looking at this installation is how everyone is really just in a hurry. Apart from me, the typical gringa, no one actually thought to stop and to look and to take note of. And it's something that I talk about when I write about having a good eye and how you take the time to stop and to see and to notice things. For me as a creative, it's so important. I take note of things, I slow down. If I'm not on the clock and if I'm not necessarily in a hurry, I try to slow down to actually take in my environments. And I think I do that more being a gringo. I do that more because I'm not in my home country or my home city. But I think that living abroad, this is something that I have had to learn to do, not being in my own space, is to take note of my surroundings and to pay attention to the things going on. I love an art installation wherever it is, but I think I just noticed that I was the only one standing and looking, and no one else really cared. So yeah, if you're one of those people walking by, take the time, take a moment, look around you, learn something new.
Enquanto essa aqui já vai filmar o pretão. Você pode filmar o rapaz, só não pode esquecer dos meus direitos autorais. Ai, a casa caiu.
Avenida Paulista is one of my favorite places to go and just walk around. It has loads of cute cafes like this one, and I love to just find somewhere to work and enjoy the ambience and just be in that environment. I realize that what helps my creativity sometimes is leaving a surrounding that I'm used to. And one thing I like about this cafe is that it's not too close to the road because I'm working with my laptop. And I love the coffee as well. You know that if anything, you will always see me in my videos having a coffee. It was nice and it was affordable, surprisingly. In Brazil, they call things that are fancy chique, and this cafe was muito chique, so I thought it would be expensive, but it wasn't. At some point it started raining heavily, and if you know São Paulo, you know that this is the norm. It can go from 0 to 100 really quick, and that's what happened. So I had to find somewhere to sit, and I sat under the shade in the Sesky building. The randomness of the city is how you can just find someone teaching what looks like super further maths. Like it looks like some really complicated maths, and they're just teaching it to, I think, random people. And I found that so interesting. And then I discovered, I think it's a bungee workout, which is so cool. The random things you find, right? Casa das Rosas, which is House of Roses, is a historical house that has been converted into a museum now. Unfortunately, the rain did mess it up quite a bit, but the garden is super beautiful, and I just wanted to walk around and enjoy some of the greenery before heading inside. And if you know me and you watched my older videos, you'll know that I love nature, I love greenery. It just makes me feel closer to God. I love how lush and calm it was compared to just coming out of the hustle and bustle of Avenida Paulista. It was really quiet, being right next to a main road. Has beautiful gardens, and I just walked around a bit before going into the museum. Watching this video really made me think about development and civilization. I couldn't believe that this is what Avenida Paulista looked like at some point, but just showing where it started was so interesting to see. The staircase had this beautiful stained glass window, which I got some pictures of, and upstairs had more rooms showing the history and the development of Avenida Paulista. And I just found it interesting how much it had evolved. I wasn't able to go to the outdoor terrace. I believe it was closed because of the rain, unfortunately, so I headed back down. And that is Oscar Niemeyer, a popular Brazilian architect. Of course, I had to get a flag of Brazil. Why not? I really loved the gardens. It's really Casa das Rosas. It had so many beautiful, beautiful roses. And it also had a cafe. I didn't know that, unless that's where I would have started my day. It had a beautiful cafe on the right. You can see the chairs on the right. I loved this view, and I took so many pictures of this view with Oscar Niemeyer against the architecture. I just loved the architecture, the greenery, and then the pop of color in the back. I think that was so cool. That's how my eyes work. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to see more.